Hello everyone, hope you all are doing well. Today in this video, let us learn another important aspects of English grammar, that is prepositions. Prepositions. That is prepositions. Before knowing the prepositions, we must know what is meaning of prepositions and how a preposition is useful. Let us know what is preposition. A preposition is a word. A preposition is a word or group of words that indicate location or location or location or some other relationships between a noun or pronoun and other parts of the sentence. Once again, I repeat. A preposition is a word or group of words used before a noun or pronoun or noun phrase to show direction, time, place, location, and relationships, or to introduce an object. Right? I given two meanings. First one is preposition is a word or set of words that indicates location or some other relationships between a noun or pronoun and other parts of the sentence. Right? This is one meaning. And another one is preposition is a word or group of words used before a noun or pronoun or noun phrase to show direction, time, place, location, relationship, or to introduce an object. Right? These are the meanings. Two meanings I have given. A preposition is not a preposition unless it goes with a related noun or pronoun called the object of the preposition. So keep this sentence in your mind. A preposition is not a preposition unless you use it with a noun, a pronoun called the object of the preposition. It means that a preposition must be used with noun or pronoun called the object of the preposition, right? So here we must remember that without an object preposition must not be used. A preposition must not be used. When there is object with preposition, then only there will be meaning for a preposition, right? So it is very important to use a noun or pronoun with a preposition, which we call object of the preposition. There are some rules before going to that. There are some rules before going to prepositions. Let us know about few rules: when to use, when not to use. Preposition in English are quite idiomatic, no doubt at all. Though there are some rules for usage, most of the time prepositions are used with fixed expressions. In such cases, it is best to memorize the phrase instead of the individual preposition. There are so many prepositions which we cannot remember. So it is better to use or remember or memorize some fixed expressions with preposition. That is better to improve your grammar. To know or use the better usage of preposition, you must use or remember or memorize the preposition with fixed expressions. Right? So let us go ahead. Let's know some rules of preposition. First one, first rule, first rule, that is a preposition is generally, but there are so many myths. That is, let us know first. Let us know first rule. A preposition generally, but not always, goes before its noun or pronoun. See that it is generally, right? Generally, but not, but not always, not always, goes before its noun or pronoun. A preposition generally but not always, we must remember that, but not always, goes before its noun or pronoun. One of the myths of English grammar is that you may not end a sentence with a preposition. But we cannot say that. Sometimes we can use, or sometimes we can end a sentence by using preposition. Example, here we go with an example, that is where do you come from? Where do you come from? It is a sentence. See that from is a preposition. It can be used even at the end of the sentence, right? So it is the first rule. And let us move on to the second one, that is a preposition like means similar to or similarly to, right? So like means similarly, like it is equal to, similar to, or similarly to. It should be followed by an object of the preposition. It, whatever we are speaking, that is instead of using like, if you use similar to or similarly to, it must be followed by an object of the preposition. It must be followed by an object of the preposition, not by a subject and verb. It must not, okay, it should be followed by an object of the preposition, but must not be followed by a subject and verb. Okay, it is better to avoid when a verb is involved. Okay, so there is a note, avoid like when verb is involved in a sentence. Example, see that second rule, that is like means similar to or similarly to. Okay, like we can use instead of like similar to or similarly to, but it should be followed by an object. Example, you look like your mother. You look like your mother. You are similar to your mother. Okay, you are similar to your mother. Like that we can use. Okay, and but it must not be followed by a subject. It must not be followed by a subject and verb. Hope it is clear. Avoid like when verb is involved. Example, you look like your mother, right? Here we have used look, right? So there must not be a verb. There must not be a verb. This sentence is right. If we write a same sentence which gives the meaning of you look like your mother, okay, sometimes we go wrong when we use you look like your mother does. Okay, it is wrong. It is wrong. But just we can say that you look like your mother, right? This is right. First one is wrong and second one is right. Okay, so next go to another rule, that is instead of like, use as or as if, as though, or the way when following a comparison with a subject and verb. See that instead of using like, sometimes instead of using like, you can use as if, as though, the way. These can be used when we are comparing something with another. When we are comparing something with another. Example. See that? Example. You look the way your mother does. You look the way your mother does. Okay. You look the way your mother does. Instead of does. Instead of using the like, we can use the way. See that? You look the way your mother does. Your mother does. It is an example. Instead of using like, we can use way, right? The way you can use, or use as, or as if, or as though also can be used instead of like. Next one, that is the preposition of, next one, that is it is a word practice to, it's it's a good practice to follow different with the preposition from. It is better to use different from rather than using different with. Different from is right or better than using different than or with. So most of the traditional English speakers, they use different from rather than using different than or different with. So let's go with an example, right? Example, that is, you are different from me. You are different from me. You are different from me. It is an example, so that just we can say different than me or different with something else, right? So if we use that with and than, that won't look good. Okay, it is quite, or else we can say that it is unchallengeable when we use from whenever we are comparing something with another, right? So next one, next rule, that is use into rather than into separately. Okay, see that? Use into, it is single word, into, rather than using just a preposition in. That too to express, motion toward something. Okay, it is better to use into than to when something is moving. Okay, toward is better, okay, or into is better than to. Clear? Let's go with an example. I walked into the house. I walked into the house, right? So here into, just I'm moving into that house, right? There is a movement to indicate that we must use into. Then next comes in. Rather than using in, it gives different, already you are there inside. Okay, I'm in the class, already you are there but not moving, right? So to refer to that, you can use in. When there is a motion, when you would like to mention motion of something, that time you can use into. Clear? So these are the rules of preposition. Let us know some prepositions of direction. Example, whenever you'd like to refer to a direction, okay, you must use the preposition in, to, into, on, and onto. Okay, on to. They are the prepositions of direction. See that? Prepositions of direction. prepositions of direction. So whenever if you would like to direct someone, okay, whenever you are directing something, that time you can use the following prepositions in your sentence. Clear? And second one is prepositions of time, to refer to one point in time. Okay, to refer to time, we can use the prepositions like, which we call prepositions of time. They are in, at, and on, right? These are the prepositions of time. By using these prepositions, you can refer to time, right? So next one is about to refer to extended time of, or else we can say that the prepositions of time, some other prepositions of time that is extended, that to refer to extended time, use the prepositions since, that is since, for, by, during, from, to, until, with, and within, right? These are the prepositions which refer to extended time. Okay, next comes prepositions of place. Prepositions of place. Prepositions of place. To refer to a place, you can use prepositions like in, at, on, and inside. These prepositions can be used whenever you'd like to refer to a place. Clear? Else we can see that another thing, that is to refer to an object higher than a point. Under the same preposition of place, under that only, to refer to an object higher than a point, use the preposition to refer to a point higher than, to refer to, sorry, an object, to refer to an object higher than a point, once again I write, to refer to an object higher than a point, we must use a preposition like over, above. Or we can say that we can use whenever we refer to an object lower than a point, we can use the prepositions like below, beneath, under, and underneath. Okay, this point is very important, that to refer to an object higher than a point, okay, that time you must use the prepositions like over, above, okay, over and above. To refer to an object lower than a point, that time you must use the prepositions like below, beneath, under, and underneath. Okay, these are the prepositions you must use. Next comes, that is to refer to an object close to a point, use the preposition, okay, which is very close, to a point. That time you must use preposition like by, near, next to, between, among, opposite, right? These are the prepositions you must use whenever you are referring to an object close to a point. Okay, these are the prepositions you must use. Hope it is clear. Next one, let us go to the prepositions of relationship. To refer to a relationship, use the preposition above. Preposition of relationship, whenever you are using or whenever you want to something relate something with other thing, that time you can use the prepositions like above, across, against, ahead of, along, among, around, behind, below, beneath, beside, between, from, in front of, inside, near, of, out of, through, toward, under, and within. Under and within. So these are the prepositions must be used to indicate or whenever referring to a relationship, right? These are the mentioned prepositions must be used. Okay, next comes that is some other verbs, some prepositions will be used. Okay, some prepositions will be used in both in the sense preposition of time, at preposition of place, both means at clubbed or both can be used in both the time. Whenever we are referring to time or whenever we are referring to place, both the time we can use some particular prepositions. This is how we must use prepositions. These are the important aspects which we learned today in this class. Thank you. Today I would like to conclude prepositions. Thank you.